This is the chemical weathering lab, and you will first need to get out your supplies. The supplies you will need will be your 4 plastic cups, and you will need your digital scale. You will also need a packet of aluminum foil, a Sharpie, and then 4 of your reagents. You will need to use your 50% vinegar and water solution. You will also need your 10% vinegar and water solution, the bottle of distilled water, and then your club soda bottle. And the first thing that you will do when you get all your materials out is, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell them that they had to get rocks.
Oh, okay.
So after the reagents.
Do you care if we just start this over again then?
Oh, okay,
Just real
that's no
fast.
problem. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
And you're telling them to just pick up rocks from anywhere outside? Okay, the rocks do not come in there, right?
Not that size.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Hi, this is the chemical weathering lab, and first we're going to go over the supplies that you need. The supplies that you will be needing for this lab include your 4 plastic cups, your digital scale, packet of aluminum foil, your Sharpie, and your 4 reagents. You'll need your 50% vinegar solution, your 10% vinegar solution, your club soda, and your distilled water. You will also need to get 4 rocks of similar size, roughly the size of the rocks I'm holding in my hand. And make sure they're similar rocks. You can get them from a quarry, from your driveway. Chances are it's going to be sandstone or limestone, something similar to that. It does not matter. Just make sure they're similar in size and type of rock. The very first thing you will need to do when you are starting your experiment is you will need to measure or weigh your rocks. You will use your digital scale for that, and you would just set one of the rocks on the digital scale and wait till it comes to a number. And you need to record that number in your weather lab data sheet within your lab. And you will record each one of your rocks and put them into the cups. Once you weighed each one of your rocks, you're then going to cover the rocks with one of the solutions. And you will need to label each one of your cups before you do that. So go ahead and label them with what they are. And you shouldn't need any other labels. The Sharpie writes on the cup. Once you've labeled them, go ahead and pour the solutions to cover the rocks. Just so it covers. You don't need to fill the cup up or empty the bottle. Kidding, right? Be careful, the club soda might explode. And the last one is your distilled water. And just to be certain of what your starting pHs are, you're going to need to use your pH strips to measure the pH of each one of your solutions. The pH strips are, again, in the little packet, and they are the orange strips. And remember, you're going to need to print out the color coding in order to know what each of the colors mean. You need to use a different pH strip for each one of your solutions. Now, vinegar is an acid, so both of your vinegar solutions should come out a red color as indicated on the pH color coding here. Now, my 50% vinegar solution is much darker than my 10% vinegar solution, but they're both roughly a pH of 2. It looks like the 10% solution is a pH of about 3, and both my water solutions are fairly neutral. Actually, they're coming up about 5. You can go ahead and throw away your pH strips when you are done. So once you have all of your reagents in your cups covering your rocks, you need to then cover each one of your cups with the aluminum foil. Now just take your packet of aluminum foil and get a piece big enough to cover your cup. And you're basically going to try to avoid any evaporation of the contents here. Once you've covered each one of your cups, you need to take your cups and put them in a safe location. Keep them away from pets and children, and keep them out of the reach of anybody else who might tip them over. And then we will wait for 1 week, and we come back in 1 week and we'll do the next part of our experiment.